Gamers, get ready for an epic journey through the realm of action-adventure. Today, we're diving into the world of Black Myth Wukong and exploring 5 games that'll scratch that same itch for mythological mayhem and kung fu chaos. Let's kick things off with the star of our show, Black Myth Wukong. This highly anticipated game takes us on a breathtaking adventure inspired by the classic Chinese novel Journey to the West. Players step into the fur of the legendary Monkey King, wielding his iconic staff and magical abilities to battle fierce monsters and gods alike. The combat system is a delicate dance of timing and strategy, with a difficulty that'll keep even seasoned gamers on their toes. But don't worry, you'll have plenty of shape-shifting tricks up your sleeve to even the odds. Visually, Black Myth Wukong is a feast for the eyes. The game's use of Unreal Engine 5 pushes graphics to new heights, with lush environments that seem to breathe with life and character models so detailed you can count every hair on the Monkey King's tail. The art direction blends traditional Chinese aesthetics with dark fantasy elements, creating a world that feels both familiar and otherworldly. As for the sound design, prepare for a treat. The clash of weapons, the roar of mythical beasts, and a sweeping orchestral score transport you straight into the heart of ancient Chinese legends. The story of Black Myth Wukong promises to be as rich and complex as its source material. While the game follows the general plot of Journey to the West, it takes creative liberties to craft a unique narrative filled with twists and turns. Players will encounter a cast of colorful characters from Chinese mythology, each with their own motivations and secrets. The game's storytelling goes beyond mere cutscenes, with environmental storytelling and dynamic events that unfold as you explore the vast, interconnected world. Now, let's monkey around with some games that share Black Myth Wukong's DNA. First up, we have Wulong, Fallen Dynasty. If Black Myth Wukong is the Monkey King, then Wulong is its battle-hardened cousin. Set in a dark fantasy version of the Three Kingdoms period, Wulong throws players into a brutal world of demons and warlords. The combat here is fast, furious, and unforgiving, with a unique morale system that adds an extra layer of strategy to each encounter. While it may lack the shape-shifting antics of our Monkey King, Wulong makes up for it with a deep character creation system and a variety of weapon styles to master. Graphically, Wulong holds its own with detailed character models and atmospheric environments that bring ancient China to life. The sound design is top-notch, with a clash of steel and demonic shrieks creating a tense, immersive atmosphere. Story-wise, Wulong weaves historical figures and events with supernatural elements, creating a narrative that's both familiar and fresh for fans of Chinese history. It's a more grounded take on mythology compared to Black Myth Wukong, but no less epic in scale. Next on our list is Sifu, a game that trades mythical beasts for street thugs, but keeps the kung fu action dialed up to 11. Unlike the wide-open worlds of Black Myth Wukong and Wulong, Sifu offers a more focused, linear experience. But don't let that fool you. This game packs more punch than a drunken master on a bender. The aging mechanic, where your character grows older with each defeat, adds a unique twist to the roguelike formula. It's like if the Monkey King had to worry about arthritis and social security between boss fights. Sifu's art style is a departure from the realistic graphics of Black Myth Wukong, opting for a stylized look that's part comic book, part martial arts movie. The environments may be smaller, but they're packed with detail and destructible elements that make every fight feel dynamic. The sound design is a symphony of breaking bones and environmental destruction, with a minimalist score that kicks in at just the right moments. While Sifu's story may not have the mythological scope of Black Myth Wukong, its tale of revenge and redemption is no less compelling, told through intense boss fights and environmental storytelling. Shifting gears from ancient China to Norse mythology, we have God of War, Ragnarök. Now, you might be thinking, what does an angry Greek-turned-Norse dad have to do with the Monkey King? Well, more than you'd expect. Both games feature legendary figures on epic quests, battling gods and monsters with an arsenal of supernatural abilities. Ragnarok's combat system is a bit more hack and slash compared to the precision of Black Myth Wukong, but it's no less satisfying. Kratos' Leviathan axe might not be as versatile as the Monkey King's staff, but boy, does it pack a punch. Visually, God of War, Ragnarok is a powerhouse, with stunning recreations of Norse realms that rival the beauty we've seen in Black Myth Wukong's trailers. The attention to detail in both games is astounding, from the intricate armor designs to the way frost and fire interact with the environment. Ragnarok's sound design is legendary, with booming god voices and a score that seamlessly blends Nordic and Greek influences. While the story and setting are vastly different from Black Myth Wukong, both games excel at reimagining mythology in a way that feels fresh and exciting. Let's swing back to feudal Japan with Nioh, a game that shares Black Myth Wukong's love for challenging combat and mythological beasties. Nioh might not let you turn into a giant monkey, but it does let you channel the power of guardian spirits, which is almost as cool. The combat system here is deep and complex, with stances and key pulses adding a rhythm game-like flow to the sword-swinging action. It's like if the Monkey King decided to become a samurai and traded his staff for a katana. Graphically, Nioh may not reach the heights of Black Myth Wukong's next-gen visuals, but its dark, atmospheric take on feudal Japan is captivating in its own right. The yokai designs are particularly impressive, rivaling the mythical creatures we've seen in Black Myth Wukong's trailers. Nioh's sound design is subtle but effective, with the clash of steel and otherworldly shrieks of yokai creating a tense atmosphere. The story, blending historical figures with Japanese folklore, offers a different flavor of mythological adventure compared to Black Myth Wukong, but one that's no less epic in scope. Last but not least, we have Lies of P, a game that takes the tale of Pinocchio and turns it into a Bloodborne-esque nightmare. Now, you might be wondering what a puppet boy has to do with the Monkey King. Well, both are classic characters thrust into dark, twisted versions of their stories. Lies of P's combat system is precise and punishing, much like what we expect from Black Myth Wukong. Instead of transforming into animals, P can swap out body parts to gain new abilities. It's like if the Monkey King could detach his tail and use it as a grappling hook, which, come to think of it, would be pretty awesome. Visually, Lies of P brings its Belle Époque-inspired world to life with stunning detail, rivaling the environmental design we've seen in Black Myth Wukong. The grotesque puppet enemies and towering bosses are a far cry from Chinese mythology, but they're no less impressive in their design and animation. The sound design in Lies of P is haunting, with the creaking of puppet joints and the eerie melody of music boxes creating an unsettling atmosphere. While the story is a complete departure from Journey to the West, both games share a love for reimagining classic tales in new, darker contexts. So, there you have it, folks, Black Myth Wukong, and 5 games that'll satisfy your craving for mythological mayhem and challenging combat. Whether you're smashing demons as the Monkey King, slicing through yokai as a samurai, or punching street thugs as an aging kung fu master, these games offer unique takes on action-adventure that are bound to keep you entertained. Black Myth Wukong stands out with its stunning next-gen visuals and deep dive into Chinese mythology, promising an adventure that's as visually spectacular as it is challenging. Wulong offers a grittier, more historical take on Chinese fantasy, while Sifu distills the kung fu experience into a tight, replayable package. God of War Ragnarök brings godly action to the Norse realms with Hollywood-level production values. Nioh offers a deep combat system with a Japanese folklore twist, and Lies of P proves that even the most unexpected source material can be turned into a compelling dark fantasy. Each of these games brings something unique to the table, whether it's innovative combat mechanics, rich mythological settings, or fresh takes on storytelling and action games. They all share a commitment to challenging gameplay that rewards skill and perseverance, much like we expect from Black Myth Wukong. As we eagerly await the release of Black Myth Wukong, these 5 games offer plenty of opportunities to hone your combat skills, explore richly detailed worlds, and experience the thrill of mythological adventure. Whether you're a fan of Chinese legends, Japanese folklore, Norse mythology, or twisted fairy tales, there's something here for every action-adventure enthusiast. So, which of these games will you be playing while you wait for the Monkey King to make his grand debut? Will you be mastering the art of combat in Wukong, aging gracefully in Sifu, splitting skulls in God of War, Ragnarök, slaying yokai in Nioh, or unraveling the lies and lies of P? Or will you be replaying them all, getting your reflexes sharp and your mythology knowledge on point for when Black Myth Wukong finally graces our screens? Whatever you choose, one thing's for sure. The world of action-adventure gaming has never been more exciting, and the Monkey King's arrival is set to take it to new heights. Game on, Legends!